I just finished watching episode 9 and 10 of Singles Inferno, and it seems that the producers have finally learned how to give proper screen time to all of the contestants. Because throughout all of the episodes so far, I think episode 9 and 10 was the one where we got to see a little bit more in the Inferno side and also how the other contestants network with each other. As someone who has done reviews since the first episode came out, I just want to say that I called it out regarding JiYeon and TaeHwan, although I feel like they just kind of are together because no one else is choosing them. I feel like something happened in order for her to make that decision. And it also came like out of nowhere for us, the viewers, because I thought everything was going great. But it seems that she has different thoughts because their date was just too sweet to be true. And we were complaining last week about them not having enough screen time. But it seems that the producers played the long game and wanted to give us a shock value after everything that happened last week, them having a sweet moment, them having the perfect date in paradise, only for it to be worse than Inferno for JiYeon. Because being on a date with someone who just talks about himself, his work, and is not interested in what you have to say really does feel like hell. And I completely understand JiYeon and how she wants to meet someone else or just kind of see how she is with other people, because just the fact that TaeHwan talked to her about work non-stop, it seems that he's there just to promote his job, and he only went to paradise because that's a way for him to introduce and talk about his job. I understand that you're passionate about your work, but talking non-stop about it to the person that you're interested in is just not a good look, especially how he did not have any questions regarding her or what she does, or just be interested on who she is as a person. On a more positive note, I feel like the MVP of episode 9 and 10 was definitely Hyejin, because the way that she said it out loud to all of the people that were in the table that she is interested in JongHo, and she also confirmed her stance to him, just made her look very charismatic in my eye. I can't really say the same thing about JongHo because he did say like, oh, you've been on my mind, but he didn't really show her anything for the past few days, and up until yesterday he was still into Sian. So I'm still a bit iffy about that, but regardless of that, I still feel like they would make a cute couple. They definitely give off that Instagram couple vibes because the way that he always takes pictures of her and how they always take a picture to remember that moment that they just had. Regarding the trio of DongHo, Arin, and Haerin, I feel like he's 99% sure that he's going to choose Arin. It's just that 1% will depend on how Haerin will act in paradise, because I feel like he's definitely confused and like his heart definitely wavers a little bit because Haerin is just so straightforward, and she definitely expressed her likeness of him in a different way than Arin does. Now let's talk about the main point of episode 9 and 10, which was JunSeo and Sian confirming to the other people and letting them know that they are not interested in them. I'm gonna start with JunSeo. I like that he was straightforward with her, but he still shouldn't have done what he did before with talking to her about going to paradise and also just mentioning her during the date with Sian. I felt like that was just super wrong of him to do. So it was kind of like he didn't really think it through. Probably was just caught up in the moments because his date with Sian was not going the way that he anticipated it. So maybe he just mentioned MinSeol in a way to make her feel like I still have someone else besides you. I hope that MinSeol finally understands that he's just not interested in her in that way, and she will kind of just step back from him and just let him do his thing. But I have to give it to MinSeol though, she was very entertaining in episode 9 and 10. Like I loved how she was kind of just like talking to Sian and just mentioning everything that happened between her and JunSeo. I don't think that she meant it in a bad way, but she just genuinely wanted to know more about the situation. As for Sian and Taeo, I am honestly so happy that she had this conversation with him at least 2 days before the final decision, and to kind of just give him more closure in everything that happened in Inferno. As much as I want to say that she dragged it a little bit more than she needed to for Taeo's sake, the timeline in Inferno is just super messed up. Just 2 days ago, in the first paradise date that she had with JunSeo, she mentioned that Taeo was her first choice. And it just feels like he never really was, in a sense, because to her, I feel like JunSeo has always been her top choice. She just doesn't want to accept it, in a sense. Because even during the first bonfire, I feel like she only said that Taeo was her top choice just because she didn't want to accept that JunSeo was her top choice. So in a sense, I feel like Taeo was never really her option, because there's no way that he would have dropped that low that fast, even after everything that happened with JunSeo in like one date with JunSeo. It just happened way too fast for her to even consider him as top choice. As for Jungso, as much as I want to praise him for only thinking about Sian in this past few episodes, I feel like he just read the room and noticed that the other girls cut him off, so there's no way for him to even pursue them. So him choosing Sian for the past few days is just the only choice that he has. But I really do like the way that he was with Yujin in his date. It seems he definitely let down his walls and just talked to her as a friend would. And I have to say, like, I really like that side of him a little bit more than what he has shown so far, but that could just be him being nervous in front of Sian, or like the other days he was just nervous. Regarding the game that was in episode 10 with all of the girls, I have to say that this might have been one of the most entertaining games of all time. All of them went all in that game, especially Hyejin, because she was literally begging Sian on trying to like win. But just I feel like Sian, some people might see her as greedy because she has gone to paradise all of the times, but I feel like she's just super competitive. It had nothing to do with her going to paradise or being the number one for choosing a guy. To her, she's just a super competitive person. That's what I feel like. For who she's going to choose next, I feel like it's going to be Jungsu. Like, I understand that she has a thing for Junso, and she said in the interview that her heart might want Junso, but I feel like she has to go one last time with Jungsu as well. Like, it will just be like a closing a chapter with her, because she went first with Jungsu, and she will probably end it with Jungsu. As for Haerin and DongHo in Paradise, I really hope that he doesn't get a change of heart, but I don't know, because Haerin is just super straightforward, so she might change his heart, but like, knowing DongHo, once he's set on something, I don't think he'll change it. So his mind is probably on Arin, but if Haerin continues to be that straightforward and liking him that much, he might just like, his heart might go towards her. As for who Yujin is going to choose, I just hope in my heart that she chooses Tae, but I don't think so. My only wish with Yujin is that she does not choose Junso. Like, I don't want to see him in any more dates in Paradise. I just hope that she chooses Teo and they just have like this, just as friends, because to them they don't really feel anything. But even if they just go to Paradise, I just hope that they just have fun. They deserve it. They've been in Inferno for so long together, so they might as well just enjoy Paradise one last time. I cannot wait for next week to see the last episodes. Who do you guys think will be endgame? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below.